Hello everyone, I'm George from Ireland and I'm in front of the Royal Palace in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. We're on Dam Square, I'm damn sure of that. Okay, so you see what a mighty and majestic building it is, and that balcony behind me, that's where the King and the royal family sometimes appear. And the last three Dutch monarchs have all abdicated when they got too old and handed over to the next generation. So Queen Beatrix, she abdicated in 2013. Same year as the Pope abdicated, and who was it? The King of the Belgians abdicated. I think that was it. So, and then in this church behind, the Neuwkerk, one of the most important churches, where the current King, King Willem-Alexander, married their Argentine lady about 2003. And I've seen footage from, I think, 1981, when Queen Juliana stepped down and handed over to her daughter, Queen Beatrix. And in the previous generation, Queen Wilhelmina, about 1950, she abdicated and handed over to her daughter, Juliana. So Dam Square is close to Dam Rak at a reach. A reach is a straight part of the river, as opposed to where there's a bend. So what else about this place? Well, it really is sort of the centre of the Dutch-speaking world. Right, there's the Netherlands, and then to the south of here is Belgium, and the northern half of Belgium is Flanders, where they speak the Flemish language, which is almost indistinguishable from Dutch. So I know obviously in South Africa is Afrikaans, which is a form of Dutch which has evolved there since settlers in the Netherlands arrived there in 1652 at Kaapstad, or Cape Town as they call it. So Amsterdam has got under 1 million people in the city proper, but it got up to about 3 million if you take in all the suburbs. There's a very multi-ethnic city, and they're Dutch people who are ethnic minority people. So Dutch citizens are of, say, Turkish and Moroccan origin and so on. And the Netherlands owns the ABC islands in the Caribbean, Aruba, Bonaire and Curaçao. And many people there are of African stock. Their ancestors were sequestered in Africa and taken across the ocean from the 17th century until the early 19th century and held in servitude there for several generations. They're free now, they are Dutch citizens, they can come and live in the mainland Netherlands, just as people from the mainland Netherlands can go and live there. Obviously, Indonesia was partly Dutch ruled right up to 1949. Obviously, by 1949 it was all Dutch ruled, but if you go back to the 17th century, they only very gradually established their sovereignty there. So there are free people of Indonesian stock here, and that's influenced Dutch cuisine somewhat. Anyway, so there was the Nederlands Hervormde Kerk, which is really quite important to their national identity in the old days, not anymore, and because they broke away from Spain in the late 16th century. There was the Dutch revolt, went on for decades, supported by the English, didn't stop fighting against each other. Look at, they see Sinterklaas as in Saint Nicolaus, as in Saint Nicholas. That's how I get the word Santa Claus. You see the image of him there with the bishop's mitre and the bishop's crozier and so on. And ABN AMRO, a famous Dutch bank. But that comes on to another controversy about, they celebrate St. Nicholas's Day. It's like early December, it's the 6th of December, when Sinterklaas arrives from Spain. There's been a hint at when they were part of the Spanish Empire in the 16th century, on a horse with a black servant who was a white man in blackface. And that tradition actually only goes back to the late 19th century. A lot of people assumed it was much older. But now some people take exception to that, say that it's racialist. Could they swap places? Could you have a black man on the horse and a white to play his servant? And by the way, for servant, is that a euphemism for slave? So surely if the races were reversed, nobody would object unless you're a real stickler for tradition. I mean, not all traditions are respectable. I mean, it wasn't very controversial for the last sort of 10 years or so, but some people want it done away with. Anyway, so it's a Sunday in June, and it's quite a brisk breeze up. The Dutch National Day, Queen's Day, is the end of May, but it sort of doubles as a homosexual day, because the Netherlands is one of the most liberal countries on earth, and in the first country to legalise same-sex marriage, not just civil unions. Denmark legalised civil unions between two males in 1939, and that was highly contentious. They reached the limits of liberalism, and actually, to make it even more controversial, in Denmark, there were two men who are both priests in the church in Denmark. Anyway, so look at this monument here to the Second World War, obviously starting 1940 for them. They were invaded the 10th of May, 1940, the same day as Germany's general attack on the West, on Luxembourg, France, and Belgium. They managed to stay neutral in the First World War. And it got coats of arms of all the Dutch provinces and indeed Indonesia, because some Indonesians fought for the Netherlands. Here's Grand Hotel Krasnopolski. I've been in there for lunch, and a very fine hotel it is, but actually it's not that much to look at because it's quite modern, it's quite bland. And remember people in Saudi Arabia working for Aramco, they used to rave about it. And so the Liberation Day is about the 7th of May. It's just before German surrender, because there were German troops right down here and some firing right to the end, and they commemorate that Liberation Day. So having a look at the war monument. Anyway, Belgium was part of the Netherlands until 1830, and then they rebelled. That insurrection was successful. Belgium split away. Okay, so then Belgium became independent. Partly the United Kingdom, a maritime rival of the Netherlands, didn't want to see the Netherlands that powerful, but didn't want Belgium to join France either. Belgium had briefly been independent in the 1790s, but there was a memorial to that war against Belgium here, but that was taken away. I'm not sure why. Mutual friendship with the Belgians. So look at these guys chained up, and one chap in attitude of crucifixion. These male nudes. So the lion is a symbol of the Netherlands, just like it is of Flanders, the old Flemish lion, even though there are no lions there. But okay, people want a ferocious beast as their symbol, a predator, and here we go. It's on their football shirts, as well as KNVB, Koninklijke Nederlandse Voetbal. So yes, it is a monarchy, so there's loads of references to things being royal. So I'll be able to show you the flag of Amsterdam soon. And they've got a tricolour as their flag. They took the French flag and they just turned it the other way around. Obviously the French tricolour at the beginning wasn't standardised, it was a horizontal, it wasn't vertical. The flag of Amsterdam we'll see in a minute. I hope you can hear me because it's rather windy. So across there you probably see the flag of the Netherlands, the tricolour. So many trams, it's so flat, an excellent cycling city. I must get on my bike, on a bike. And then over there you see the flag of Amsterdam. The two white crosses on a black horizontal bar with a red and a bar above and below. And right down to the end of here is Centraal Station, as in Central Station, the biggest station in the country. Get trains there to Belgium and Germany and so forth. Alright, so that's just a small introduction to Dam Square in Amsterdam. Toodaloo!